The Mayo Experience.
That Mayo Experience. That Mayo Experience. That Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, episode 13, The Challenge, War of the Worlds 2, fantasy scoring and recap. If you want to get into a draw for $20 DK, here's what you do. Smash the like button for the episode. That's always step one. Leave your DraftKings handle in the comment section and tell me which team you think is going to win the final of War of the Worlds 2, Team USA or Team UK. That easy. Way number 2, and it's a draw for $50 DK. You want to get 50 DK bucks. I suggest you do this. Subscribe to the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast. Leave a 5-star review, DraftKings handle, and something you like about the show. Like, hey, I love hearing Paul and Pat talk about the challenge. And that way you get into a draw for 50 DK bucks. Winners announced on a Monday's show. Paul Shaughnessy.
What up?
In studio. Texting.
Well, yeah, it's a WhatsApp. WhatsApp message. I'm sending it to my buddy.
What, you got friends in China?
I'm a man on the move. I've got lots of things going on at all times and just figuring out some plans for tomorrow. Nothing too serious.
Yeah, because you didn't like this episode anyways. You're not really super invested.
I mean, the season's kind of fallen off of a cliff at this point, hasn't it? Like, there is so much D. The show has become like D's exploits in her life, and it's just too much. I can only hear so much about how D is hurting and how everyone is hurting her. Aren't you tired of D and like all of these D dramas? The only reason we're doing it is because we had the D-list competitors on this season at this point. Like it's over. All of the good fun people except for Jordan and Tori are gone.
It was only really the first part of this episode that was really D-centric. Because I actually thought the challenge was quite good.
It was.
Like the Purge challenge, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
and it built up nice drama, although it was very clear that D wasn't going to lose. You can't position someone as like the worst at something and then continue to hammer down on all of that to have her just come dead last. That's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
Although I did think that towards the end of the episode, with the way that they were building up Leroy, like he also didn't come in last. He had a breakdown. He kept getting a lot of confessionals. I did think at some point they were just going to be like, "Now we're going to throw you in, Leroy. Sorry," and you're going to lose.
Yeah,
it didn't happen though. It was a nice swerve on the editing part.
Yeah, you could probably tell that Kaylee was going to go home just based on the fact that she became the narrator at the beginning of the episode.
And there was no talk about her whatsoever.
Nothing. No talk about her, but she was the narrator off of the top. You knew something was up.
Well, we kind of spelled this out on last week's episode when we were talking through it. Just like, we keep talking about how Kaylee's the worst at everything.
Yeah.
Yet there's no attention around how awful that she is, that, if she gets stuck with Josh or Rogan, Josh or Rogan, that one of these guys can go home, and it ended up happening. Poor Josh had a breakdown in his confessional.
Fine. Good riddance. Guy's a coward.
He played a very cowardly game, and now he's at home.
Yeah. You should have had the stones to be like, you know what? I don't want to be on your team, Kaylee, because you're the worst.
Well, it did seem like the one thing that
he thought that she was going to be better. What would lead you to believe that she's better than anybody at anything in that house? She hasn't had to prove herself. And then in previous seasons when we've seen her, she's done absolutely nothing.
I agree. So the fantasy scoring for the episode, I checked the standings. Rob is 200 points clear of everyone else.
Wow. I wonder how he
cheating Rob.
I wonder how he did that.
Jordan was the high scorer of the week, 88 points. Josh, 85 points. Crinja, 75 points. Smashley, 71 points. D, 68. Zach, 65. Polly, 58. Leroy, 49. Tori, 47. Rogan, 31. Here's the issue. I picked Kara for my team along with Pauly to get those double points. I put the couples together. Jordan and Tori, Pauly and Kara. They're all still left. I should be doing really well. But it's a double negative because I don't like Kara. Yet she's still around, but doesn't score any fantasy points either. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, she's not emotional enough to cry. And yeah, she kind of just hides in her bed all day long.
Yeah.
And then goes to challenges. And then
like freaks out about challenges. Oh, it's a swimming challenge. I can't win.
Yeah.
TJ is like, you've won, man. Like, calm down.
Yeah, she's the worst. She's got to go.
Should I let you finish texting first?
I've been trying to, I think we're good now. I just pressed send. We're good.
No, it's a long message.
Well, because I was talking in the middle. So I was trying to think about the episode, think about what I wanted to write. I'm a multitasker, Pat, but now you got me all, you got me together.
Got you flustered?
No flustered whatsoever.
Where do you want to start with this one? The Purge or the fact that I've come completely 180 on Josh?
Josh. Let's hear your bromance for Josh.
Well, he still sounds like Homestyle Wanna.
Mm-hmm.
He cries far too much for my liking.
But if, in future seasons, if you want to roster him,
I don't know.
He's become rosterable.
Yeah, he's a lot like Georgia, that he's just going to score points every single episode because he cries so much.
Yeah.
But he's a shockingly good swimmer, and in that Purge challenge, he had the best idea. Just, Nani, hold on to the back of me, and I'll swim for both of us. Thought that was a really good move.
Mm-hmm.
And if it comes down to swimming in the finals, they're going to be kind of bummed that they don't have him and they have Leroy on their team.
Yep.
Because I think all the guys are through now. I think every guy that's left is going to make it to the finals.
They showed in a little teaser at the end that they're going to have one person or one girl basically go home, and then everyone else is off to the final.
Yeah. So when I talked about the draw at the very beginning of the show, Team UK is winning by a lot.
You think so?
Yes. I don't even think it's going to be close.
Interesting. Why?
Because they have everyone good left. They have one bad competitor, and she might even go home next week.
Rogan, you're putting Rogan up on a pedestal.
I mean, it's.
I don't know if he's.
You have Jordan, CT, and Rogan. Mm-hmm. Jordan's awesome. CT's pretty good. Rogan's like, all right, he's not bad by any means.
All right, so CT a little bit out of shape. Rogan, only time we've ever actually seen him have to prove himself in anything. Gassed out hard on first day and went home.
He throwed his back.
Sure, we can all make excuses for.
All right,
for our misgivings.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Or
me and you go on a 5-mile run, me versus you. I'm going to beat you in this 5-mile run.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, but if I throw out my back in the first 2 minutes and I can't
walk. You may still beat me.
I might still beat you, but I literally cannot get up. You're going to beat me.
Yeah.
So listen, Rogan's been all right this season. He
just hasn't had to do anything, though.
But in the daily competitions, he's been all right.
Yeah, he's been fine.
Pretty good swimmer as well.
Sure, but I mean, he's been on the losing team for the vast majority of everything. Well, so how good has he really done?
I mean, he's been a very bad strategist. Same as Joss. Like, Joss is a good competitor. He's just a bad strategist.
Here's my theory, Pat.
Okay.
Rogan's on your team. You're very pro Rogan. It's been the story of this is episode 13 of our breakdowns of the challenge this season. Anybody who's on your team, you've got you're a little biased. As you are allowed to do, Pat. I
don't even think that's the case. I was sitting here. The reason I made Jordan my team captain, because I looked at this cast and Jordan's by far the best guy. And he has been the best guy. He wins challenges he shouldn't win.
Rogan, I just don't know how you put any faith in Rogan
I'm not saying that
anything special.
I'm not saying he needs to be anything special. I'm just saying that he needs to be average, which he probably
really
is.
That much better, though?
Yes. They absolutely
Zach's
are.
on the U.S. team.
Sure.
I think Zach's the best competitor left.
Potentially. It could be Paulie as well.
Like CrossFit Zach.
CrossFit
Zach could be a big problem in the final.
So if you look at the three guys that are left on each side, you have Paulie, Zach, and Leroy. And then you have Jordan, CT, and
Rogan.
That's a wash, let's say.
Yeah,
maybe a slight lean towards the U.S., although I think that Leroy, while being good, presents more negatives than any one of those 6 people because he has deficiencies where he just can't do things. And then you look at the girls' team, historically in these challenges, when you look back at team finals, the team with the fewest amount of people on their team always win. There's just less things that can go wrong. So if you have Dee and Tori, and let's say it gets down to that, let's say the UK loses again, then it's Tori. Although the U.S. would probably vote in Nani to fight to face Tori.
Yes.
And even if the UK loses, they probably vote in D either way. Mm-hmm. So I don't think Tori's going to go see an elimination again.
If I'm Kara, I vote in Tori.
They probably want to get rid of Nani. Maybe the U.S. will. So if the UK loses, Rogan and CT are both voting for D over Tori. That's
of course you go with the person you want to run the final.
Yeah.
with.
So let's say they lose D from their team.
That would be big help. That would be a big help.
That would be a big help. But Dee is not awful. She's not.
Oh, she proved herself, I guess.
She's not a great swimmer, but she's going to do
better
it.
than Kaylee.
Better than Kaylee. Better than Cam.
Yeah, that's swimming.
That was the underrated part of that Purge challenge. Leroy, yes, he sucked, but Cam was also terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Kara, also terrible at swimming. So Dee's just along the lines of those. Overall, Kara and Cam are better competitors. But Dee's neutral, let's say.
Mhm.
So then on the other side, you have Kara, you have Ninja, who can't swim, Ashley. Like, there's just too many people.
Yeah.
And you're going to get into a problem where you're running 8 people in the final, especially if, like, Nani still sticks around as well, and she's a part of that team.
Yeah, you want to get rid of Nani if you're the American team now.
So you have a concentrated team on the UK that's better, and you have overall the best competitor. I think that's going to really lean towards you.
I just don't. I don't think it's that much of a lock. And my concern is because it was Rob who leads the competition.
That's true.
So maybe he spoiled it for us in our little group chat by saying, "Oh, they're unstoppable now." Because, I mean, the guy's 200 points ahead of anybody else.
But he does have, like, Josh and
He
Zach.
does do the scoring, though. So, like, he may not be looking at the S word. He does the scoring. He may not be looking at spoilers. But
He's rigging the scoring for himself.
I mean, it's easy for him to be like, oh, looks like Josh cried. Points for me. Like, any opportunity. Like, who's checking and balancing his scoring? Nobody. We don't even know what he sends these little documents, and they've got, like, I-27. I don't know what there's like these little codes and stuff. I don't even know what any of those mean. I just delete them immediately. And then, like, that's what people have been scoring. But, like, I never look up on this stuff. So, like, maybe Rob, we need a third party score. What do you think about that?
So, like, who's going to do that?
That's why we need Rob.
That's why we need Rob.
Rob to do it. So, Rob, everyone's playing for second in future seasons, I guess.
If the U.S. loses next week, who do they vote in? They vote in Nani, right?
Yes.
And then who does the UK throw in against them?
D.
Oh, that's interesting. So even if the UK loses, they throw in their own person. That would be super savvy. Or if the USA loses, they don't try to... That would be the smartest move, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get rid of D, or at least get D in there to try to get eliminated.
Get rid of D. That is the move.
Yeah, I mean, she's the weakest link as a part of that UK
if
team.
you guys, if I agree with you that they are pretty much on top. If Tori's the only British girl going into the final, like, watch out.
I think you've underrated CT. I think we've all underrated CT. He hasn't really had to do anything this season, but he won against Nelson and Corey in a final as a completely out of shape guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just good at these things.
Yeah.
He has a lot of experience with it. And Jordan's won 2 of them before. You just coach Rogan along. You'll be fine. Just don't drown Rogan. You're good. As long as it doesn't turn into, like, if
the long distance running and stuff could be an issue for these guys. I
don't think that we're going to see that this year.
Yeah. Because if that is the case, then, like, Paulie's gonna run circles around CT, I think, over
sure,
a long
but, like,
distance.
Leroy's not a good long distance runner. Zach is gassed out before, but that's, like, old school, like, jacked up Zach. But then you still have 5 other people on your team that you need not to gas out as well.
They all have to be involved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, like, they still also, like, Nani needs to finish.
Yeah. Having less is going to be more for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if the person will be able to turncoat. If
Probably,
that girl, like, whoever wins will be able to turncoat if they so choose.
I would doubt that anyone except for Nani from the US team would. Zach would turncoat, but obviously he can't go in. The only girl from the US team that would turncoat would be Nani.
Yeah. And
that would hurt the UK team. Because I would go into the final with the 5 people that I have left and feel pretty good about it. But if every girl is on the board, and let's say Nani gets voted in by the US, who is the girl that you vote in against her?
Tori. If you're
if
you're the numbers, you vote in Tori.
If you're the UK, let's say the UK wins next week, the US votes in Nani as their person.
Yeah.
Who do you put her up against?
They may not even do that. They may just
throw D in.
They may just throw Tori in.
No, she's on the UK team. They're not going to throw in Tori.
No, I'm saying that that's who they'll throw in at the.
No, let's say the UK wins.
Yeah.
The mission. They're not going to throw in Tori, who's on their team.
No.
The US has to vote who they want to vote in. They vote in Nani because that's the very clear choice. Who does the UK team then put in against her? D would be the smartest move to get her off your team if she can lose. But if you had to pick one of the US competitors, who is it? Like, who would you rather get out for the final?
I'm not really scared of any of them. I wouldn't really care.
Really?
Like, who terrifies you on that women's side? I'm like, come on.
Ashley?
I guess she's won every time she ever gets to a final. She just wins. So
Yeah, that would be.
I guess. I don't know.
I just think her being good at puzzles would be the reason I'd want to get her out. Just get some brains off the team.
Yeah, I guess if the UK win, I would probably try to get rid of D on your team.
Yeah, I don't think they'll
thin
do
the
that,
herd
though.
even more. They probably won't do that. Maybe they. I don't know.
If Josh or if Jordan wins this season, is it the best performance ever in a season?
I guess so.
Because it's like the West season where he won 4 eliminations, but he got knocked out right before the finals. If he had won Fresh Meat 1, that would probably be the best one. But this is pretty good. 3 elimination wins.
Here's the move. This is like, oh my God, tinfoil hat. Let's go. Zach's still on the other side. He just throws the final. He just weighs them down every step of the way.
That would be interesting.
Makes a financial agreement with the other side that he gets cut in. Boom. Ruined their season. You get paid. He's friends enough with Tori and Jordan that I think he could trust them.
That's interesting.
To like give him the money. Like that would be like, mwah, like perfect.
Really figured that one out. That'd be good. I like that.
I mean, you could date.
It would make
and
for
like that's totally in play. It would make for a bat. Like the producers would be like, really? Like they get to the final. Other people are moving. And Zach just like sits down on the ground with his arms crossed, just like,
yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're gonna win. You should have tried to like switch me over to the other side because I don't want you guys to win. I don't think he would do that though.
I don't think so either. It would hurt the integrity of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the producers make some financial agreement with Zach, like, here's 30,
Yeah,
here's $30K. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ruin it. I don't know. There's a lot of holes in this game this year. I don't know if they really thought it out all that well.
It's tough too, because then you can't change the rules halfway through.
Yeah, I was expecting like a spin at some point. I didn't expect it to be team challenges the whole way. I thought they were going to go to single at some point.
I'm glad they kept it a team challenge because I was getting sick of all the twists. Like it was kind of stupid after a while. I get hurt. It all started with, I think it was on Final Reckoning. Cam made that awesome move. Although they ended up like burning it on like Paulie and Natalie or whoever it was, like whoever the shitty or Jose, whatever team that was. So that made no sense to vote in the weakest team anyway that everyone would have voted for. But they organized that entire thing. It's like, oh, well, you can't vote in whoever else you want because we have a mercenary team coming. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of what you just did. That was stupid.
What still doesn't make any sense whatsoever is the replacements. Or the reinforcements, sorry.
They just want to get those people on the show.
Yeah. But like, sorry to break it to you, Ninja's American. Like she could have just been on the American team.
Yeah, but I think that showed like you could have turncoats throughout the season as well. Like you could play on either side. It wasn't like that is really the one twist that they had. And even looking back on it, Theo and Georgia winning those eliminations and not switching teams was the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah,
because they would have swung the numbers to Jordan's side on the American team.
Yep,
it would have worked out perfectly for them.
But they just couldn't. They couldn't turn their back on their people.
On the queen.
Like, your entire team has already turned their back on you multiple times at this point.
There is now one UK person left on this season, and it's Rogan.
That's incredible.
That would have been long odds at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they were really bad. They were really, really bad.
And they had good...
Well, D's a reinforcement.
And she's Australian.
Yeah.
She's not British. So.
Yeah, but she's been on that team, obviously, the whole time.
And so is CT.
True.
But also American.
Yeah.
Ninja at the Tribunal was a bad episode for Ninja.
Every episode's a bad episode for Ninja.
I'd almost prefer we never see her again.
Yeah, she's done. She's dust.
She doesn't do anything either.
No.
And, like, she can't swim. So, and Zach's whole, like, you have put your lack of ability to swim has put all of the other girls at risk. You should know that, which was pretty funny. And then for whatever reason, like, she's tribunal captain, which I thought was... After doing nothing. I think it's because where you can't be in 2 tribunals in a row, they were like, well, since you don't get to compete in this one and don't get the chance of being purged, you can be in a guys elimination one, knowing you can't be in next week if we win. So you're available to pick. Yeah.
Well, they're just always making sure that 2 of the people on the side of the numbers are in the tribunal. Like that's been the story the entire way through.
No, yes, but like now you can't protect yourself next week. Mm-hmm. So who was in the tribunal? It was Zach, Ninja. Was it Ashley? Was the other one?
Yeah, I think so.
So Ashley and Ninja
the best 2 swimmers, yeah.
Yeah, but Ashley and Ninja are now definitely on the table for next week if the UK or just they can't be in the tribunal. they're eligible to go down.
Yeah.
Whereas like Kara and Cam can protect themselves if they win by going in, therefore they cannot be voted in.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reasoning behind it. But she was awful at that tribunal too. Just like being mad at Jordan and Jordan being like, it's going to win. Don't worry about it. I really like that attitude. Just like, fuck it. Like, if you throw me in,
I mean, for them, though,
they're going to win. If you throw me in, keep throwing me in.
It's been the story of the last, like, 4 episodes. They just keep voting in Tory Jordan.
Can't get rid of him.
Jordan. And then we talked about this a month ago, where it's just like...
This is what they had to do.
They had to run the table on wins.
And now they have.
And now they are just about there. Just about there.
And I don't think that we see Tory either way go into the elimination.
Even if the U.S. wins.
No, I don't think that you throw in... Maybe you throw in Tory against D, because let's say the UK votes in D. If you throw in Tory, you just expect Tory to stomp D, and then D is no longer... Like, I think it's more beneficial, at least the way that they would think about it, to throw in Nani against D.
Yeah. If they don't want her to be with... Yeah, that makes sense.
To get D back on the team.
I could see them...
If you throw in Tory, Tory's going to win, and therefore they don't have D, they're even better.
Yeah, I guess now that we run back full circle on that, if the Americans win... Nominate Nani.
No, it's the other way. The UK has to throw in one of their people. They throw in D, then you vote in Nani.
Yeah. How many? And the people that are left. So we have Rogan,
CT, Tory, Jordan, and D. It's only the 5 of them.
Yeah, I think they would all.
It's more beneficial.
Yeah, it's hard to get Tory in there. Like it would have to be CT, Rogan, and D.
Oh, and that's how they voted this week against Jordan. Those 3 voted Jordan in.
Then maybe they vote in Tory.
Yeah, but I if Rogan and CT were already on the fence about like they wanted to get rid of D anyway, and you have Tory on, why would you put Tory out? Tory's great.
Yeah.
Why would you want to lose Tory? Like you're one, especially with the finals being the next thing that happens. Don't get rid of your good players. Get rid of your bad players.
Okay, so UK wins.
Vote in D. Oh, no, yeah. No, if the UK wins, the US votes in Nani, and then you have to make a choice. I would throw in D. They won't, though, after D persevered this episode. I just don't think they would do it. It'd be very heartless to do it.
And who does Nani go against? Because I think,
Like I said,
if you're the American team, you want them to keep D for the final.
Yeah, and... I mean, I'd throw in Kara. Fuck it.
Neither one of them are... Yeah, but that's the problem with Kara and Ashley. They don't have the guts to go in there and do some work for themselves.
No, but if the UK
because like that would be the savvy thing to do.
But
get rid of Nani so that your team just becomes stronger for the final.
Yeah, but
like that's how you should be thinking about it. But they won't.
I feel like you're very confused about how this works. If the UK wins, the UK votes, not the US.
But what I'm saying is, if the UK wins,
yes, Nani gets voted in by the US.
Yes,
and then you get to vote in one of their people.
True.
So you would vote in Ashley, Cam, or Kara.
True.
Or Ninja, I suppose. Although Ninja probably does. Ninja seems like she'd be really good at eliminations over everything else. Like
I don't know. I just hope we can just get to the frickin' final, man. Like it's been taxing the last few weeks. Like I'm just ready for them to run a final. This season is just kind of dragging on at this point, I think. I thought it was a terrible episode.
I thought it was fine.
I
like the elimination. I like the challenge. What more do you really want?
Stuff in the house. It's just like...
But there wasn't really much in the house outside of the first 15 minutes.
There hasn't been much in the house for like a month because there's nobody interesting.
Yeah, well, at least they focus on the challenge. The elimination.
We spend most of our time worrying about Dee's feelings.
That's the only drama that's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, it was funny when they were talking about...
It's funny that like they're back. Like together, basically, by the end.
Rogan's such a sleazebag.
Oh, yeah.
That is another reason why I kind of like him.
He's a good TV, I guess.
He's a good sleaze. But when Polly and Kara, I think it was Kara talking about like how hard it is to be in a relationship in the house, and they just cut to Jordan and Tori like getting along. And they cut to Cam and Leroy getting along. I thought that was fantastic. Good editing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
CT and Jordan have a chance to, and Kara as well, have a chance to break some records here. If they can win.
How so?
There's only been like 4 male competitors ever to win 3 or more challenges. They can both get there with a win. Kara, I think, can become the 3rd or 4th female to win 3 challenges.
Ashley would be able to win.
Ashley would be able to do it as well. some history on the line. I guess CT's in the final. I think that's the most finals ever, tied with Bananas.
He's only won 2.
2. Yeah, that's the difference between
He's not
Bananas
a big
and
guy in the finals.
No.
History would dictate that he's not a final runner.
And one of them, CT and Bananas were together, and they should have won, but Easy passed out, and they just automatically lost. But it's really the difference between CT and Bananas when it comes down to this. Bananas, 9 finals, 6 wins. CT, 8 finals, 2 wins. Could be 9-3 now. That's a huge gap.
Johnny's on like every season, though.
I think so. Man, CT's been on a lot of seasons as well.
There was a stretch where CT kind of went, like when he had his kid, there was like a
but
couple
he was
years
also
stretch
he
where
was
he kind
also
of
on
went
for
away.
5 years before Bananas was too.
Yeah, fair.
And if we're just comparing finals appearances, they would have the same amount of finals.
Yeah.
But Bananas, when he goes to the finals, he wins.
Yeah, because he's built for it. CT's
He has
built. CT's built for eliminations. Bananas is built for a final.
And it's funny, like Jordan seems like he's more built for finals than eliminations. Now, I don't know if it's been like he's drawn just really good eliminations for him to win. Because this week's it was very clear he wasn't going to lose because they just kept talking about how difficult it was going to be for him with one hand to do this. And like they kept pumping up how big Josh is, like compared to Jordan. They're like, they're not going to say that, then have Josh win. That would be stupid. Like just the way that it's produced. But
once he tricked them the first time, I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna do it again.
I didn't realize it was a best of 5. I thought it was like one and done. Like, I guess I just missed that part.
Yeah, same here. I did too.
It would almost
when he did it once, I was just like, he's gonna keep doing the exact same thing.
Well, and the longer it went, the better it played into Jordan.
Of course, he
has
had a better gas tank.
And they kind of gave a little bit of a spoiler too, because it was such a thing about balance. And they showed Josh and Jordan in the gym before they went. Josh was running on the treadmill, and Jordan was balancing himself on a dumbbell. It's just like, oh, so he has great balance. Josh does not, and he's gonna gas out.
He did.
Good season from Josh, though. Good redemption from Josh.
Yeah, he's back in our good graces at least. Is he on next season?
I don't know. I think so. He seems like he'd be a regular.
Yeah, he's good. Everyone seems to like him.
Yeah. He tries hard in the challenges. He's a lot better than I think we gave him credit for at certain things. He's not just a total dud.
He's a team guy. He's on the team.
He's on the team. I don't know if the next year is going to be a team challenge or not, though.
The one thing that is annoying about him, and he's just told by the producers, but it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that they keep voting in people from our own team.
Maybe he can't believe it.
It's just like, man, it's just like, it's obvious to everybody watching the show what's going on. Like, it's the numbers game. Like, let's not be surprised that all these guys are supposed to be on my team and they're voting me in. Like, they're not, I don't know. Either way, it's just like, I think I've been annoyed by like a bunch of that stuff where it's just like, no, we all know what is going on in the house. If you don't know, like you clearly know that it's just been alliances, and they've referenced the alliance, but then pretend that they're shocked when they get voted in by their own team, and it's just
I like that Jordan and Tori don't even play that game. They just know.
They just know exactly. They're not doing it. But like Josh is when there's like, oh, just pretend that. I'm sure it's the producers going like, just pretend you're really upset. Oh, I can't believe that they voted me, and they're like, all right, great. And it's just like, but when they do that over and over, you start to go like, is he just confused about how this game works? Is he, I don't know. It just, it feels a little bit drawn out with, oh, I can't believe they're voting me in. Just like, it's been happening for like 8 episodes now. Like there's, nobody is, well, if you're on the alliance with Paulie and Cara, you've generally been safe.
Yes. And that's going to come to a head next week if the UK finally wins a mission.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna there's no one left. You have to vote for your alliance, except for Nani.
Yep.
And then one of you is, but Joss made this issue, and I think the US team is going to fall to it too, is that they were so concerned about making the finals that they didn't seem to care about the team that they had when they made the finals, and that's really more important. And sometimes you just got to go win. Like, CT's going to get to the final without ever going to elimination. He's done that a whole bunch of times. Bananas has done that in the past. Cara, we don't even know how good she is anymore because she never goes into elimination. Like
when we have seen her, she's actually been underperforming.
Yeah.
Significantly.
So maybe sometimes you need to be like Jordan. Get in there, get your hands dirty. Get all fired up. But this UK team could have been Joss, Theo, Jordan, Tori, Georgia, Jenny, which would have been unstoppable.
Yep.
And they decided not to take that tact and just have a significantly worse team instead. Stupid.
Yep. But they didn't know if there was going to be a switch.
True.
They didn't know if it was going to go to single players at some point. So
the only other thing was, it was nice of TJ to let Josh leave before being like, you absolutely destroyed him, Jordan. Like, I'm shocked. Because then Josh would have cried. That wouldn't have been good.
he was probably already cried when he
seemed
was
like he was
hugging
already
everybody.
crying.
As
He
was
loves to
leaving.
hug. He's a hugger.
Yeah.
I thought at one point when Nani was talking about Josh, like halfway through the episode, like, oh, we've become really good friends. I thought it was going to like show them making out or something. I was like, oh God, Nani, what are you doing here? And she's like, no, he's like my brother. It's like, okay, this is much better.
Well, Georgia was with him,
That was only to trigger Bear.
seemingly.
Yeah, she made out with him to like make Bear jealous, and it turns out didn't work.
No,
Bear relatively unconcerned.
pretty much 100% unconcerned with it.
All right, I'll do it. Challenge. Hopefully the next 2 episodes are good. Maybe we won't even do a show next week. Thanksgiving week. Come back and recap the final.
That sounds good.
Yeah. No show next week. Then we'll have 2 episodes.
Because we'll just have one girl going home. We're going to have the exact same discussions that I think that we had right now.
Yeah. So we'll go 2 weeks from now. We'll wrap up the finale. And that'll be it for the challenge season. I assume like the next one starts 2 weeks after this.
Maybe.
It's
the
filming right now.
The cast is already out there.
The cast is out. It's already filming.
So can anybody catch Rob?
I think
Josh went home, so you need Rogan. If Rogan wins,
like I'm in like 11th, I guess. Yeah, if Rogan wins, I think I have a chance to catch him.
Yep.
And I have Jordan. I don't have CT though, but I have Jordan.
Does he have CT?
No. But I have Jordan, Tori, who he has both, and Rogan. I don't know how many points you get for winning, but I would need all 3 of those people to win.
They're on the same team.
They're on the same team. So if one of them wins, they all win. I guess that's my only path, but I'm sure there's someone out there with Jordan, Tori, CT, and Rogan.
There's gonna be team members like eliminated along the way, though.
You think so?
Maybe.
That's interesting. Probably D.
Who knows? Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it'll all shake out and we'll figure it out.
All right. That was the Pat Mayo experience. Paul Shag. Follow him on Twitter at Paul Shag. MMA not back next week, the week after.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm Pat Mayo. You can follow me at the PME, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember, smash the like button for the episode. Leave your DraftKings handle in the comment section. Tell me who you think is going to win, UK or US. And if you want to get into a draw for $50 DK, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on your phone to the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast. Leave a 5-star review, DraftKings handle, something you like about the show. And the winners will be announced on Monday's Pat Mayo Experience live, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the DraftKings YouTube channel, available later again on that audio podcast. If you want to see if you were the winner of 50 DK bucks or not. I'm Pat Mayo. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!